Welcome to a how to build tutorial in Minecraft for an Iron Age house. These are Brochs, and Brochs were found in the very northern tips of Scotland. Really cool houses. They lend themselves to Minecraft because they're almost like survival houses in that they've got a living area, a place for your animals, somewhere where you could have storage, really cool little staircases, and real Brochs probably had somewhere where they would use the smoke and the heat from the fire to preserve their fish and food. Anyway, we're going to start off with a circle, and it's a 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1 circle. Using the middle one again, reversing that gives you 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5 on cobblestone blocks to make a quarter of a circle. Come up another 2 blocks to make 3 in total on the right hand side, and then we're going to go for another inside circle. And this is a 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. So it's 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, and that 1 gets used again. And we go reverse. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, and that creates the first quarter, the bottom floor of our Iron Age Broch, our Scottish Iron Age house. Super excited to build one of these in Minecraft. Makes a fantastic, as I said, a fantastic survival base, a great start for your own little village. And I tell you what, there's a download of this if you don't want to build it. If you do, then you need to follow the instructions. I'm using cobblestone, and of course that's just 1/4 of the build, so there's all the other quarters. Now we need to do the inside wall. So Brochs had these 2 walls. We're going to go for a 4, 2, 2, 1, and then an additional 1 in the middle, 1, 2, 2, 4 to go backwards. Now the inside one here is going to be 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. As you can see, I've put that up. I made a slight mistake there. There's an extra 1 in the middle. So it's 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. If you kind of pause the video here, you can see and count the blocks for yourself. But yeah, Brochs had these 2 walls, and it's a very clever way of making kind of almost a fort, kind of a fortified house, but an insulated house. North of Scotland, pretty cold, and these 2 walls had an air gap in between, and that must have been providing insulation and also a space for the staircase and for storage. Okay, cobblestone stairs on the outside. Now when I say cobblestone for this entire build, I'm going to build the whole thing in cobblestone, but you should mix in other blocks, for example, andesite, diorite, stone bricks, whatever you can come across, whatever you've got in your inventory, that's what you should use to build it. It looks a lot better if it's made of lots of different kinds of blocks. I'm going to put in my different blocks at the end. For the simplification of making a video, I'm going to make it all stobblecone. Sorry, I'm always getting my woolly surds mixed up. Anyway, once you've done that outer wall, you need to do that on all 4 quarters, of course, and then the inside wall simply gets a second layer of cobblestone on it as well. Remember, every time I say cobblestone, I mean a mixture of stones. And here we go for the 3rd layer on the outside. Little Yoda bashing the stones down. There we go, making an Iron Age house. I love this. It's good to do your research as well. I've put the Wikipedia page to Brochs in the description as well. Okay, we're on to our 3rd layer of our inside wall as well. And we're going to have the entrance here right at the front. So what I'm going to do is just duplicate that all round. I'm also going to stack this up another 3 on top. So this makes the walls 6 high in total. I know I used a little bit of world out there just to speed it up for the sake of the video, but if you're doing this by hand, then you're going to make those walls 6 high from the ground in total. And of course, you need to duplicate this on all of the sides. Now this last side here, I'm actually going to do something quite special. I'm going to put in kind of like a guard room or a guard cell next to the doors. And archaeologists have kind of argued over what this room was for, but it's almost certainly a place where you could guard, you could man the door, you could shut the door, you could bolster the door and keep yourself secure inside your little kind of fortified house. So I'm going to make a little guard cell here, and I'm just going to mark it out with andesite. By the way, I didn't commentate on the floor. I've just made the floor simply podzol and what's that? Rough dirt. What's it called again? That dirt, it doesn't, coarse dirt. That's it. Coarse dirt. It doesn't go away. Anyway, little 5x5 guard cell or guard room here. This tutorial Don't do it block perfect. If you try and get this absolutely block perfect by copying me, some of the bits are going to go really fast, especially on the staircases. Just try and get the rough shape done exactly as I've got it there. So it's just a hack in this guard cell. Doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be block perfect. It just needs to be a little room towards the front of the build. We're going to move the camera down here. I'm going to put what's called a lintel or a lintel stone. And I'm going to use unpolished diorite, I think, above. The camera's it's quite difficult to see, but I think I just move the camera a little bit. You can see that kind of stone, the lintel stone above the doorway to the guard room. And then it's just a question of building up this last quarter here to be exactly the same height as the other ones, which was 6 blocks high in total. So I think we can speed up little Yoda here and get him placing these blocks nice and fast, because you can kind of see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to use a little bit of world edit here just to stack these up simply to save time. I won't be doing too much world edit in this video, apart from doing 1/4 of the build mostly at a time, and then just copying pasting for the other quarters. Another lintel stone there, or lint stone, whatever it is, above the doorway, a nice big flat stone. Block up the other entrances. We don't need any of them. You can leave the inner ones, but the outer ones get blocked up. Just one strong defensive door on this Broch or Iron Age house. Hopefully this will give you some inspiration to look up Iron Age houses from all over the planet as well, and see if you can do some other ones. This is kind of what we had in Scotland, in the north of Scotland anyway. These very defensive, nice and warm, cozy. I feel it would have been really nice to be inside one of these. So the bottom floor is where you're going to have all your animals and your stores. And keeping your animals inside in winter would have been the way to keep them away from the cold, harsh weather, the wind, the hail, the snow, the frosts, and give them some food to eat. It would have been pretty difficult to get it from the ground when it's very, very cold. Okay, gonna just add in a little 3x3 cobblestone structure in the middle. Again, make it out of andesite, stone brick, whatever you want in the middle, and that just becomes 6 high. Now, a escarpment or a ledge. I'm going to dig out this little ledge here, and this is what we're going to put what's probably going to be quite a sturdy floor. And this sturdy floor would have supported the living accommodation. So having this ledge is a great bit of sort of historical detail here to put in, where we're going to now put on some big, hefty logs. If the Scottish people couldn't get big, hefty logs from the forests, I guess they could have used lots of driftwood, and somehow pinned that together and supported it from underneath. So I guess you can see pretty much exactly where I'm putting these. As long as you've got your 3x3 little kind of fireplace supporter in the middle, then the logs just go around the outside, as simple as that. There we go. And then some supporting logs underneath, as you can see right there, and boom shakalum, you have got your first floor support already put in. I'm going to add another layer of cobblestone on top, all the way around. I've done the inside. There you go. I've put cobblestone on top of the guard room. Probably going to change that later on to just wood on top of the guard room roof there. I think that would be a bit more sensible. But stone is definitely doable. Definitely doable. It's cobblestone. So there we go. That's our 7th layer of walls, outer and inner complete. And I think what I'm going to do now is maybe kind of furnish the inside of the bottom floor. I'm going to do this really quickly. It won't be possible to copy all these block placements, but I'm just putting fences in. I'll put in chests, water troughs, hay, crafting benches, whatever you can put in to kind of just flesh out, detail the bottom floor. And of course, don't forget putting all your animals in as well, all the piggies, the sheeps, whatever you think that Iron Age people would have been feasting on and keeping as their domesticated animals. Definitely some Highland cattle could go in there for sure. Okay, so once you've done your detail on the bottom floor, I'm not going to tell you what detail to put in, you can detail it yourself. Just quickly move the camera in to put some more of these lintel stones or lint stones just to support the doorways here. As you can see, that kind of just comes through there. And I think some big unpolished diorite looks like solid stones to me. I'm just going to whisk the camera up here, and then on the 6th level again, so the 6th level up, I'm going to go for a floor. And I'm using upper oak wood slabs for this floor here, but there's absolutely no necessary to do that. You could just use normal wooden planks, but this floor is pretty much going to go across that whole level. Just using slabs looks quite good from underneath, but makes no difference on top. Here's the time for our first staircase. Now, you will definitely not be able to copy the staircase block for block. A, I'm going too quickly. B, the view from this camera is too kind of cramped, but you just need to follow two principles, two kind of guidelines. I mostly make every step 2 blocks kind of wide, and it just needs to start and finish in the right places. So at the top it needs to be at the same level, level 6, as the top of your floor, and this level seems to just simply needs to come down to ground level. So there's your little staircase able to go up there, and I'm going to do another staircase on the other side. It won't be the same as this staircase, but that's fine. It's a Broch. It's not a perfect block, perfect modern house with all the symmetry you would want. This is actually going to be kind of a bit more rough and ready, as if it's been built by real people living in Scotland in the Iron Age, which is a good Iron Age. We got Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age. A good 2,700 years ago, at least I would say would be. That's probably going to be corrected. If I put little asterisks in the video, you know I've corrected it. Some stone slabs there at floor level, and that's where you can put your fire, a little bit of netherrack, and then set that on fire. And this is where I'm taking off the roof of the little guard cell or guard house there. I'm just making it a wooden roof, and I think that's a little bit better. And then we're on to the next staircase. Again, don't worry about your staircase. Make it higgledy-piggledy. It doesn't even need to be out of all stone slabs. It could be out of cobblestone and stone brick slabs. A mixture would look a bit better than mine anyway. And that's where it gets to. That's 2 staircases, left and right, to get yourselves up to that, that level. At the front of the build here, I'm putting a little storage level. Again, don't worry about this being block perfect. I'm just putting some upper wooden slabs and some wooden logs there. And it's a little storeroom. You can see kind of roughly what I've done. It isn't even as I've done it. I've kind of done it roughly and a bit off center. But that's a little storeroom at one end of the build above the entrance. And you can also do another little storeroom at the back of the build. If you want the same kind of deal, you can make it symmetrical. If you want, you can make it asymmetrical. Doesn't really matter. A little bit of a storeroom, and you can add in some little fences there to stop people falling out the storeroom down to the rooms below. The rooms below I'm kind of leaving unfinished. They're like little storerooms, I guess, off the back of the animal pens downstairs. Okay, next on this main living area, we're going to be adding some wooden logs going straight up the way, big supporting beams to strengthen the structure of this build. So you can see where the middle ones go, and the other ones are just gaps of 4 away for the outer ones. I'm always getting my Willy Surds mixed up. Anyway, next we're on to some more outer wall buildings. There's a layer of cobblestone stairs all the way around the outside. And then we finish that off with more cobblestone, or whatever stone you've got hold of. Doesn't matter what it is. And for more higgledy-piggledy and mixtured, it can be moss stone as well, mossy stone bricks as well, also very good. I'll show you when I mix in all my bricks at the end of the build. I'm going to show you a nice good tour of this place. I'm going to show you what it looks like when you've got all the bricks looking kind of different. Okay, so above the floor level, we want to build up to a level which is 6 high to start with. So I'm going to build up my inner logs 6 high, and then we've got some more stone on the outside, simple as. More stone on the inside. This is the 3rd level now. And what I'm doing here with my little world edit axe is I'm going to stack this up. I'm going to add on another 3 levels, is it? Or 2 levels. I think it's 3 levels in total added on to make it 6 high in total above the floor. And then we're going to go for another run of cobblestone stairs. And this time you can see they kind of overlap on the inside. They protrude over the inside. And this is quite a nice kind of way of building this Broch Iron Age house in Minecraft, because you want the walls to be kind of thinner as they go up. And you want them to kind of close up and become narrower to make that little air gap kind of smaller. As you go up, you would kind of make the walls kind of naturally thinner, with the big load supporting wide walls at the bottom, kind of thinner walls towards the top. And there we go. I stacked it up twice, I think, didn't I? That made it 6 blocks high in total, adding on 2 blocks with the stack. Now, what you want to do here is some inside detail. These are upside down cobblestone stairs, and it makes the interior rooms kind of close in a little bit and provides that kind of mantle, that shelf as well, that escarpment for supporting blocks. So there's a quarter of this 6 high structure done. What I need to do is obviously repeat that all the way around the other 3 quarters. Come on, Yoda. That's only 3 quarters. Need another one as well to make it 4 quarters in total. Boom. There we go. You may need to make some adjustments where the little guard cell was. I'm kind of experimenting with some blocks here, but I ended up not really changing much at all. Yeah, I didn't want to build them up, did I? No. Cool. That's looking excellent so far. Okay, now I've skipped over the furnishing of the living area. What kind of things do you want in here? Definitely some storage boxes, some wood for the fire, lots of chests, some clothes, and definitely sectioned off areas with these banners. And I think it separates off the living areas. We'd have your chests, your beds, your clothes, and gives you a bit of privacy from the rest of the communal living area. Don't forget some little torches if you're in Minecraft. Of course you're in Minecraft, what are you talking about? Just to kind of light up the area, I think really, really important. Okay, now we're moving on to a staircase. And the staircase is going to come down from the back of the build here. Again, in between the walls. Don't worry about which blocks you use. Don't worry about how perfect it is. Just higgledy-piggledy. A couple of levels for each, or a couple of blocks for each level of the stair, and just link it up to the staircase. So this is kind of a continuous staircase going up from the front right to the middle and then onto the back. Do the same on the other side as well. Okay, now we're on to the next level of flooring, and these solid wooden blocks of oak I'm going to put on top of the upside down cobblestone stairs, and then just finish off the rest in cobblestone on your interior wall. Again, I'm only going to do a quarter of this and then duplicate it round just to save time in the video. Now we want an inner level, or inner, what do you call it, wall? It's on the outer wall, but it's really coming in. But we don't need the diagonals. You can kind of maintain the air gap by taking away most of the diagonals there. I hope you kind of know what I mean by the diagonals. The diagonals blocks, you don't need them. Okay, great. What I'm going to do now is just duplicate that all the way around. But just before I do that, I want to add some more of this kind of second floor, the secondary floor. The floor where the hot gas from the fire, the heat, the smoke from the fire is going to go up, and it's going to preserve whatever food you've got hanging. Could be meat, could be game, could be fish, whatever you've got hanging. It could be rabbits, beaver, wolf, whatever you've managed to hunt in the Iron Age. Don't forget these animals would be huge, much bigger than they are today. Especially the fish would be much, much bigger than the fish and the animals that we have around today. So getting one of these and preserving it over the winter would be the key thing to do, and to keep you going when food is scarce over the winter. So we just leave a gap in the middle so the smoke can come up and out of the fireplace, up into this kind of second level and out of a gap at the top. We're going to make one gap at the top. I'm going to move the camera down here so you can see on the inside I've put a little smidgen of detail. I've put some upside down oak wood stairs just to make that look kind of cool. And now we're going to concentrate on another quarter of the outside wall. So simple, adding on our what looks like our third layer above our second layer. Here's a third layer. Yeah, this is the third layer above the last cobblestone staircase level on the outside. So that's going up like that. So that's the third level above the secondary floor. And then same again on the inside, but with a little bit of a change here on the inside wall. I'm going to make the outside of the wall here. And then I'm going to put cobblestone around that just to make the inside wall kind of slope in and curve in a little bit. Adds that little bit of Minecrafty detail there. Just really, yeah, it's good amounts of detail here. And then you just simply, wherever there's cobblestone on the inside, you just add cobblestone or whatever stone you've got grabbed into your inventory on the inside. And that finishes off, nearly finishes off our interior wall. So there we go. We're getting there bit by bit, nearly on to the roof. The roof is a bit controversial actually. Some archaeologists were like, well, none of the roofs exist and all the brochs have been found, the ruined brochs. Obviously the wood is all rotted away. No, the wood is all rotted away. So there's arguments whether they did have wooden roofs. I feel like they would have done. There would have been plenty of driftwood around. I think they would have had some. Anyway, duplicate that all the way around and then we're going to go for another cobblestone stair on the outside wall. Again, overlapping, sticking out, protruding on the inside, which I think is fine as well. Kind of just slopes them in a bit, brings them together. The little gap there is kind of necessary. So that was pretty easy right there. And the inside wall is even easier. That's just normal blocks of stone. And now what we can do is just add on a couple more blocks onto our interior kind of structure. Providing some barriers here to stop you falling off this floor down below. I know I've only done barriers on two sides, but towards the end of the video, I'll add the barriers on the other side. Another internal layer of cobblestone, an outer layer of cobblestone. And again, as you can see, I'm doing this as I go this time and getting rid of the little diagonal unnecessary blocks, the ones you place just as you build, but you don't actually need them. And that brings the air gap really tight and close at the top. And I really feel that's going to insulate the occupants really nicely. Another couple levels of wood. Kind of hard work towards this stage. If you've got this far, well done indeed. Hopefully it's just going to inspire you. If you're not copying and following along, hopefully you're really enjoying watching me build and you're just going to be doing maybe something, some research of yourself. Find out what maybe the Stone Age buildings in your area of the world looked like. So this is now the 6th level above the floor, the secondary floor level, and I'm going for some upside down cobblestone stairs just to again make the building seem as if it's kind of encroaching, bending over the wall, kind of just enclosing and sort of leaning in the way. Some stone brick slabs I'm using here, kind of a walkway at the very top of the build, and this would kind of wrap its way all around the outside, and this would be kind of a good anchor place to kind of put your wooden structures as well. One final layer of cobblestone on the outside. And now we're going to go for birch wood. I chose birch because birch trees are absolutely everywhere in Northern Europe, so I thought birch would be a great choice for the roof. So that goes on the inside above the cobblestone stairs, and then some simple stone slabs just to kind of finish off the detail between the birch and the little stone brick walkway. Add on another couple of bits of wood, and that quarter seems to be ready for duplication to the other 3 sides. Now we're going to take you into the middle of the building, and this is what I'm going to suggest you do for the smoked fish and smoked meat kind of section. Just some simple wooden fences, hanging down, and onto these hanging down bits, if you do them kind of on the diagonals, they don't join together. I'm going to add some item frames, and onto the item frames you could put some meat. Do they get meat in Minecraft? You get chicken, you get beef, you get raw beef, don't you? Cows, yeah, you get raw beef, you get raw chicken, and some fish. So you could use player heads. If you've got player heads, that might look quite good as well. You can see I'm just putting in some fish ready to be smoked and preserved with the heat. The heat and the smoke keep all the insects off as well. So once that detail is on, what I'm going to kind of do here is just kind of race through and really speed Yoda up here with the roof. The roof is really simple. Just go round and round and round and round with birch stairs. Go in and in and in all the way to the top. And if you have that kind of a single little bit left over, you would just put a birch wood slab as well. Continue to bring the wood up as well, and on the 7th level, you can provide these kind of the structure of these big wooden logs. I think this looks really, really neat on the inside. Really proud of this part of the build. I think this really makes it come together really nicely. Cool, and as I said, I'm just going to speed this roof building up really quick because it takes ages to do, and there's not really any thinking to it. You're just going round and round and round and round. I tried to be a little bit fancy here and use World Edit to kind of duplicate it, but I don't think it really saved me time. I just had to go and fix bits too much. But anyway, skipping over the roof build, that's us complete, as you can see. That is the house. And what I've got is I've got different colours of bricks, different types of brick on the outside, and I hope you agree that that looks very good. Now, taking away a quarter of the build so we can have a good look on the inside, let me show you round the inside. So we've got a little staircase here, and what we would want to do with our little staircase here, I guess, is just to light it up. And as you can see, as we go up here, it's very cramped, very atmospheric indeed. And we go up and then round into the main living area where you'd have your bedrooms, your partitions, your clothes, your storage, stored food. And then we can go up further, up to the last level. The staircases become really cramped and kind of claustrophobic here, which is really quite cool. I've got a few blocks kind of misplaced very slightly, and the stair needs to be hacked in as well. We've got hay stored up here, pumpkins, and I need to finish off this little bit up here. The smoked fish are kind of hanging up the top there as well. And on the very bottom level, you just have somewhere for your animals as well to be stored as well. And there you go. I think this looks just like a Broch, just like a Scottish Iron Age house, and hopefully you are inspired to kind of build your own. Have a look through here. What we would do is just add in a little bit of flooring here, make it kind of a paved floor. And here's the guardhouse in here, and in the guardhouse I would maybe need to put some sort of torch or candle or some light on the wall. Hopefully I'll do that just now. Here we go. Light the guard cell up, and then of course you would have maybe little indentations here for your doors. So you could take away these and you could use Minecraft doors or just big blocks of wood like that. And that would be a door there, and again you maybe have a door coming across this kind of little gap here. There might be little spots where you haven't quite finished things off as well, so watch out for that as well. I've got little gaps here which I don't quite know why I've done. Just seal those in as well. So that would be the door. Nice big door on your lower area, and this is where you put all your animals as well, don't forget. And something else you could do, you could make a little internal staircase as well with some ladders. For some reason I'm just throwing the ladders on the ground, but you can have the ladder come up here and just provide another little ladder there, and that provide a nice little internal wall, so you wouldn't need to open the outside door to the cold or to the baddies outside. And you've also got these little storage rooms at the back as well. Hopefully this is archaeologically okay for Minecraft. Hopefully any archaeologists watching are not going to go crazy, and hopefully think this is a good approximation in Minecraft. And as you can see, don't forget to put a little hole at the top. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget you can download this. Let me know if you build it. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and send me pictures there. Thank you so much for watching. This has been great fun to do. Ciao ciao for now. May the blocks be with you.